Hi everyone, I'm in the church garden today and I'm going to talk to you a bit more about that later on. But to start us off thinking about our theme today, our Bible reading is from Matthew chapter 10, verse 24 through to verse 42. So again, it's quite a long Bible reading and I'm not going to read the whole lot to you. I just encourage you to read that together as a family and discuss it. But the themes that I want to bring out for today for us to think about are that Jesus was telling his disciples to go out and share the good news of his kingdom and to do all those things that we talked about last week. But sometimes that might feel a bit scary. And so Jesus was really encouraging his disciples and saying, don't be scared. Don't fear telling people about me. And he really encouraged them by saying that we are so valuable to God. Now around this garden, I can hear lots of birds singing. And Jesus spoke about birds in this bit of the Bible. He said that sparrows are really common things that you see all around. You might see some sparrows in your garden. I can't see any around here at the moment, but I'm sure they do come into the church garden. But Jesus was saying that sparrows, you see them all the time and there are loads. And in those days they sold them and they weren't worth hardly anything. They just sold for 1 copper coin, Jesus said. But he says that not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without God knowing about it. And he said, if that's true about a sparrow, how much more true is it that you are so valuable to God? So he was encouraging the disciples, and he encourages us by saying we matter to God, we are valuable to God, we are precious to God. And he says in verse 30 that even the very hairs on our heads are numbered. God even knows that detail about us. We matter to him that much. Isn't that amazing? So those are some things that I just really want us to think about this week. And we've got the activity sheets to do and the colouring sheets to do from Roots, which can help us explore that a bit more as a family. So really thinking about going out and sharing the good news of Jesus, the good news of God's love for the world, and not being scared as we do that, because we can know that we're so valuable and so special and so important to God, and he loves us so very much. So moving on to thinking about our church garden, we've got this really, really lovely space. And just wondering over this time whether you as families might like to get a bit more involved in the church garden. So what's going to happen over the next few weeks is if you'd like to get involved, you can get in contact with me and just say that you're going to pop down to the garden and you're going to do some pruning. You know, you can bring your secateurs and you can get involved in just doing some weeding and things like that. I think Jez is going to be mowing the lawn, so that's sorted. But in terms of the plants and things like that and any weeding, you can just come down anytime you want and just give it a go. It feels really lovely to be here while we're not actually able to meet in the church. It feels lovely to be in this area and just being part of God's creation. I'm sure most of us have got gardens at home, but there's just something really special about being in the church garden. So if you want to do that at any point, just let me know and then just come on down and come and do some work in the garden. A real benefit of that, Ed, if you can just bring the camera a bit closer, we've got a beautiful strawberry patch here, so you can help yourself to those strawberries. Another thing that we want to do in the church garden is to bring some words of encouragement to people who do come down and use the garden. So I'm sure when you've been out on your walks and maybe in your neighbourhoods, people might have been painting stones and putting words on them and leaving them out. I've seen some snakes that have been created out of stones and things. We thought it'd be nice to do something in the church garden, so if anybody does come down here, they can be encouraged by some special words from the Bible or some other encouraging words that you might want to bring. So we're going to start it off. We're going to put a round stone which says the words, "The Lord bless you and keep you." And what we thought was that could be like the centre of the sun. And then anybody who wants to, can come and bring stones to make the rays that are coming off the centre of the sun. And we could make a really big sunshine picture out of stones with lots of words of encouragement. I said about the Bible verse in the middle, "The Lord bless you and keep you." So we could kind of go along that theme to really encourage people in that way. So if you want to come down and bring a stone and add that into the picture, that would be really, really special. And again, that's going back to our Bible verse, isn't it? It's saying, let's share the good news of Jesus. And maybe that's a way that we can do it at the moment. We can add these stones with Bible verses and words and encourage our community. And you could tell your friends as well to come and just have a look, and they can look at the stones and they can enjoy the garden and things like that. So hopefully that's something that you might want to get involved in as a family, to have some fun, to be in the garden, to be close to the church building, and also obviously in this garden is a real space to pray and just talk to God as you're wandering around and enjoying all of his creation. Thanks everybody. I'll see you again next week. Take care.